Hello everyone and welcome to another World of Warcraft guide video. In today's video, I will be showing you the most efficient way to farm both the Alunira and Siesbarg flying mounts at the same time, which were added in the War Within expansion launch. In order to obtain Alunira, you must collect 10 crackling shards, which drop from any enemy in the Isle of Dorn zone. According to drop sources, each shard has roughly a 1 in 2,000 chance, but I found the drop rate to be more around 1 in 1,000. Once you collect the shards, you can combine them into an item called Storm Vessel, which allows you to target Alunira and remove her protective shield, so that you can DPS her down to retrieve the mount. Getting Siesbarg, on the other hand, requires you to obtain the quest item first to start the grind. This quest item has almost a guaranteed chance to drop from a rare named Tikatath, who has around a 6-hour spawn timer in Kahet. I found this rare just by browsing pre-made group finder, as it's not soloable by most classes anyway. One thing to mention though, the drop chance is almost guaranteed, so you may need to kill this rare more than once a day in order to get it. Once you've obtained this quest item, you embark on a quest chain which eventually rewards the mount. The first quest requires you to collect 1500 Nerubian Chitin, which drop from basically any Nerubian mob in the expansion. The second quest requires 1000 Nerubian Venom, which also drops from most Nerubian mobs in the expansion. However, the third quest requires you to collect 500 Nerubian Blood, and these only really drop from elite Nerubians. So you're ready to farm both Chitin and the Crackling Shards, so where do you go? At the beginning of the expansion, there was a really good area to farm both of these. It was the Nerubian starting quest area in Isle of Dorn. However, Blizzard nerfed this area significantly, and I was not aware of this when I started my grind, and I spent an entire day farming getting no Crackling Shards. But I did at least farm some Chitin. Even that was a lower drop rate than where I ended up going. So where is this area that you can farm both efficiently? Well, fellow World of Warcraft players, I give you the Faithful of Xerix. Why are they so faithful of Xerix? I don't know, but they are loyal enough that there are tons of them, and they hyperspawn pretty fast. Killing these gives you a chance at the Crackling Shard and has a much better drop rate for the Nerubian Chitin. They are located in the northeast corner of the map, just past the elite bees that you kill to obtain a different mount, which technically you could farm at the same time as well if you were brave enough to take them on. Now, what I think the best part of this area is, you can also farm these mobs for the Nerubian Venoms. Just make sure to turn in the 1500 Chitin to start the next quest. I can't stress how good of a spot this is to farm both at the same time. Now, you want to kill as many enemies as fast as possible since everything can drop the Crackling Shard, so I recommend killing the Sunrise Honeysuckers as well whenever they spawn. There's even a cave area you can go into that has loads of faithful enemies as well. You can choose to even stay there if you want, as the hyperspawn is usually around 1 or 2 at a time. I just found farming in this counterclockwise motion with my mount was the most effective for me. I ended up collecting all 10 shards in around a day total of farm time. I split it up over 3 days as to not burn out. According to Rarity, I had around 6,500 kills to get all 10 shards, but the cool thing is, I was very close to finishing my Venom grind at the same time. This instantly told me this is definitely the most efficient way to farm both mounts at the same time. After you get your 10th shard, combine them in your bags to form a Storm Vessel. Fly over to the following location on the map. She is located southwest at the tallest peak in the zone, Dara's Tan. Once you get there, land at the top. There's a decent area for you to fight in, and don't worry, she doesn't have any ability to punch you off the mountain. That would be mean. She is soloable by a fresh level 80, so you do not have to worry about dying. But in the event you are scared, you can group up with a friend. This is very important to know, so please listen up. Alunira does have a daily lockout, so something you should never do is kill this with a group who have multiple vessels. She will only drop the mount for the person who broke her barrier, and you will be locked for the day. Even worse, if you did not know she has a lockout and use your vessel on her in the same day, she will not drop anything for you at all, and you will lose your vessel. So please, do not use your vessel if you somehow already killed this that day for someone else. You will lose it. Once you have obtained Alunira, mount up on this badass mount and fly around like I did, and let's take in the scenery, shall we? At this point, unless you were one lucky SOB, you should be fairly close to finishing the Nerubian Venom section of the Siesbarg questline. Farm the remaining Venoms, go turn it in, and this is where you will need to kill the elite Nerubians. For this part, if you want to do it solo, just queue up for the follower dungeon, Arakara, City of Echoes. Killing any elite in this dungeon will give you blood. The best part about this method is you can pull a lot of enemies and your bot group will take care of them with ease. This method yields close to 100 per run, so it should take you about 6 clears of this to get the final quest done. Once you turn in this quest, you will be able to collect the Siesbarg mount. And there you have it. There's what I think is the most efficient way to farm both Alunira and Siesbarg mounts at the same time. Let me know if this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and click subscribe. It helps promote the video to other people and helps me out as well. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.